Gabriel Marguglio. I'm the CEO of Nextiny Marketing. And personally speaking, I have 4 awesome kids and an amazing wife. So never a dull moment in the house. I'm a typewriter collector. I'm a drummer. And I try to live a more unplugged life when I'm not working on amazing digital strategies and things. So I live in the digital, I work in the digital world, and I play in the analog world as much as possible. How about you, Aaron?
Hey guys, my name's Aaron Oberdick. I'm the video marketing manager here at Nextiny Marketing. Deal with all video related tasks. Of course, here we are presenting on video. So of course, that's a passion of mine. You can see from my back, I also pretty passionate about music and creating music. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get the show on the road here. I know you just talked a little bit about this, our HubSpot video marketing study group. Make sure you join that. We'll put the links in the chat here, and also our office hours. That's a bi-weekly event. So make sure you register for all of those. It's on the same event page that you registered for this event. So make sure you register for those upcoming events. All right, so just hopping into today's agenda, what we're going to be talking about. First, we're going to just go over the video bootcamp for marketing, sales, and service, kind of what it is, what you're going to be doing in it. Then we'll go into detail. We'll break it down. So first off, talk a little bit of statistics, why video. Then we'll go into some details, how to build your home video setup. Then we'll talk pre-production, right? You need to come up some video concepts before you record. Once you have those concepts, we'll talk about the recording process, video production. We'll move into video post-production and editing once you've recorded your video. Then we'll talk about a little bit of video hosting and the comparisons between the hosting platforms, measuring success with the analytics. So looking back on those videos on a 3, 6, 12-month basis. And then last, we'll talk about the peer feedback you get and just the connection you create with the other students in the boot camp. So that's kind of the agenda we're going to hop in today. So
and just to so we talk a little bit about this, you'll get the value on this workshop today on understanding processes, getting ideas on how to use marketing for video for marketing, sales, and service. We'll go through the different aspects of things that you should be taking care of. We'll give you some tips. We'll send you some great resources. And this is going to be good enough for you to get things moving and to get great ideas on how to use video for marketing, sales, and service. Also, we want to let you know that if you want to go deeper, and this is one of the reasons why we're running this workshop, we have a bootcamp, a 6-week bootcamp that we're running with HubSpot Academy, with people from the HubSpot Academy. We put together this bootcamp with HubSpot, and HubSpot Academy and us are running this 6-week video marketing, sales, and service bootcamp that is very in-depth. So we will go a lot more in-depth on all the things that we're talking about today. We'll not only today show you the way, but if you come to the bootcamp, which by the way, it's also free, we will go deeper in each one of these things, but also we will help you start creating video. We will get you doing the video. The idea of the bootcamp, and it's not so much as what we're doing today, which is showing you and telling you, but it's you doing it, you actually creating video, you editing, you learning how to do all these things from us and from the community. So we definitely recommend you registering for our next bootcamp, which is next month. Actually April. Next month. I'm already, April, next month. It's April 20th is the April first. 20th, yeah. It's a month from now. So a month from now, we're starting. So register. There's a limited space. So definitely recommend that. We're going to, these are some of the things that you do on the bootcamp. We're going to create all these videos. You're going to create your email signature, sales outreach, products and service, improved signatures. We're going to do B-roll and stuff like that. But also we talk about strategy and all these different things. So definitely recommend checking the bootcamp. I just posted the link there for you guys to check it out.
Perfect.
So this is, it is crazy that we're still asking ourselves why video. Of course, video is the play button is the best most compelling call to action on the web. This is no surprise that video is amazing. We're going to share very quickly a lot of stats that you can double check on the recording and the slides. Video gets 3 times more engagement than images. You get a lot more engagement on landing pages. You get increases. People watch not just 2.5 videos. That's like from a couple years ago. It's bigger than that. So video has become something that we do on a regular basis, not just Zoom calls and events, but video for products and services and sales and customer service and marketing efforts. So we'll talk more about that. Let's go through some other stats. You can see how over the years the video usage, video uploads. This is a report from Wistia, which is an amazing video marketing tool and video hosting tool that has great analytics and integrates with HubSpot incredibly. We'll show some of that later. 81% more video uploaded in 2020. There's, I think there's another stat. Next stat is 84% more minutes of videos watched. So not only we're uploading more, people are watching more video, and that continues. We have some other statistics. Video marketing is something that everybody's doing, and it's increased a lot in the last years. And also webinars are huge. This is like 93% of marketers who use video will say they will continue to use it, but webinars are growing incredibly. So what we're doing right now, events with video, and turning this event video into an article, a blog, maybe a podcast, reusing video. This is a very good strategy to use for video marketing, for content creation, and more. So this is just to talk a little bit about the other side of video, which is measuring success, understanding the growth. This is a case study we run on the impact of video, and we actually proven that in this specific case, leads that turn into clients that haven't watched video as part of their journey closed at 7% into clients, when leads that actually watch video in their journey turn into clients at 22%. So we've seen this over and over in a lot of our clients. The use of video and video being part of someone's journey increases the closing rate. And this is one of the many reasons why we're doing video. And we'll show you this is done with HubSpot integrated with Wistia. And this is a data box report. This is one of the many things that we will show you in the bootcamp.
All right, so we'll move on just talking a little bit about the at-home video setup. So, of course, the first thing we always touch on is why video, right? Getting the statistics and showing you, hey, people were doing video. We've been doing video for a long time now, several years. So let's take the step. What do you need to get to start shooting video? And there's 4 pillars really that we try to focus on to make our video quality, but also very, in a quick manner. So the 4 pillars are really focusing on your video quality, your audio quality, your lighting, and your framing. So these 4 small things that just focus on to improve the overall quality and the aesthetic of the video. So the first thing is you're probably going to use a webcam for your first videos, and that's totally fine. Webcam quality, that's what we're using now, and it's significantly good, and it's getting better. But of course, there's camera options you can go with. You can upgrade to a mirrorless or a DSLR camera, plug that into your computer, and get a higher quality video. And then additionally, on the audio equipment side, we'll talk a little bit about microphones. So we have built-in microphones to all of our computers. And so when you're on an application like Zoom, you're probably going to use that webcam and just the built-in. And like I said, it is pretty good and it's high enough quality typically. But when you're presenting a video, you want to try to bump that up just a little bit, and you can utilize things like a microphone. So what I'm using right now is a condenser microphone. It's just plugged in via USB here. You can also go with something like a shotgun microphone that would attach to a top of a camera, or something like a lavalier microphone that would just attach to your shirt and that would plug directly into the camera or your computer as well. So just some options that you can utilize to get better, higher quality video and audio. And then the other 2 pillars we'll talk about are going to be lighting and framing. So lighting is very important. A lot of people don't really think about this aspect as much, but if you ever turn your video on and you're really shadowed, or if you have a light source behind you and you're silhouetted, it just doesn't look good overall. You really want to bring out that subject. So using LED lighting, panel lights, that's a really good option. Those are becoming more affordable each year. And then if you don't have any lighting, that's pretty typical. That's totally okay. Pull out a lamp, a desk lamp, something like that to utilize, or find a window, put it in front of you. So right now, I have this ring light turned on. I'll just kind of give you a visual here. As I turn that off, you can see how now this side of my face becomes shadowed. So as I turn these lights back on, It definitely illuminates me a lot more. And then I also have a little bit of natural lighting in front of me to just kind of utilize that too. So it definitely brings out the quality there. And then the last thing we'll discuss is going to be that framing option. So framing, you really want to think about everything in your background. Is it relevant to what you're speaking to? Is it a clean background? Is there anything distracting and the viewer's going to be distracted and not take away the content that I'm actually speaking to? So just focusing on those kind of things. And then also angles, right? You want to make sure that you're not too far from the camera. I don't want to be sitting in a room behind me. I want to make sure I'm just a few feet from my computer. And also, I want to make sure I'm pretty level with my eyes here. If I'm too high or too low, it kind of gives weird points of authority. So if you're looking down on someone, it kind of feels like you're looking down on them, and vice versa. When you're looking up, it just kind of have weird angles. So always making sure that you're kind of on that eye level there. And I have an example of some framing that Gabriel and I did for a video series we captured. You can see here, just looking to add relevant things into the background. Of course, Gabriel has all of his typewriters. It looks really clean and nice, has that shallow depth of field as well because he's using a mirrorless camera. So it just gives somewhat of that cinematic look. And then I'm trying to put some camera equipment back behind me. I have an editing platform pulled up on my computer. So just adding relevant information to your background there. And tying all of these 4 pillars together, we'll talk about the remote video studio. So we have a blog where I kind of explain all of the process of building this, piecing it all together. But once you do all of that, you kind of have an all-in-one built-in video studio setup. So it's basically a plug and play. It's USB, so you just pop it into your computer and you can utilize the camera and the microphone plus the LED light. And then, of course, the framing, it's going to be nice and level, so you'll be able to frame well. And it's also really cost effective. It's kind of a one-time cost. You buy all the pieces, you put it together, and now it's yours. You're able to also take it out in the field. It's pretty modular. So the camera is removable, the microphone's removable, same with the light. So you can take this out into the field, take the camera, attach all the accessories, and then go capture your B-roll. So it's a really, really useful piece of equipment, and I would definitely recommend taking a look at that blog that Gabriel just put in the chat there.
I just posted that blog. Also, any questions about these 4 pillars, or also share what kind of equipment are you using for your videos? Put it on the chat pane. Tell us what you're using, and we can talk about it. Keep
Absolutely.
going, Aaron.
All right. You have why video, you have your equipment, you understand how to shoot, but now you need to come up with an idea, right? That's the next step. So let's talk a little bit about pre-production and video concepts. So what kinds of videos do you want to create? And that can be directly involved with the flywheel in a funnel, right? So if we look at it, we can see kind of the top of the funnel, you have your awareness. So bringing more education or branding videos, just bringing them an overall awareness to your brand. Then the interest, your product and explainer videos, just getting them more interested with whatever your product is. If they're at that decision phase, bring in testimonials to fortify everything so that they understand, hey, there's a lot of people utilizing this product and they're saying great things about it, so I can put my trust in them. And then, of course, the last one, you always want to follow up. You don't want to just have them purchase something or take something away and then you just ghost them. So you want to give training videos, FAQ videos to follow up and support the product itself. Now, of course, there's so many video concepts you can create, and we have a list here, kind of the top easy ones that you can get started creating. We got, sales outreach videos, internal training videos, the whole list there. These are very simple videos that you could start creating today in front of your webcam. All you have to do is just record it and make sure you complete it, and it's good to go. But we have 100 video concepts here, and we kind of touch on sales, marketing, and service. So Gabriel, I'll let you talk a little bit more about that if you want.
Of course, I also share an article that we have with these 100 video ideas. Those 100 video ideas are defined for each one of them, and you can actually see a lot of examples. So I think this really helps when trying. I think different people are at different stages on their video journey, and some people have a lot of video experience, a lot of video production experience, but they don't know where to start. They don't know where to implement the first videos. Where is video going to create an impact? We'll talk a little bit more about this at the end of this workshop, and also a lot more in the bootcamp. But yes, definitely 100 video ideas here, a lot to test You can start with simple things like video voicemails, or video sales video outreach. If you're talking about sales, implementing video on sales is super easy. You start having not only your meetings on Zoom, and you can record them and do things like that, but also you can send recap emails with a little recap on a video, or you can send outreach videos, video, and show things on your screen. You can use Soapbox or Loom for things like that. And then for marketing, I would start with simple things like a homepage video or a testimonial video. Those are super easy to do, especially a testimonial. You can record this remotely with your clients, depending on what it is. These are very impactful, and some of those could be implemented in emails or landing pages, and that's going to create an impact right away. Now, when you think videos, you're like, okay, so I'm communicating with my clients all the time. I'm communicating with leads all the time. How can I create something that can be used for a lot of different things, marketing, sales, and service? Well, a lot of times you get questions from your prospects, or you get questions from your clients. So when you create the answer, instead of sending an email and writing a bunch of stuff and putting screenshots and things like that, create a simple video. And if you want to go the extra mile here, create a generic video. Don't say, hi, Jennifer, I wanted to tell you this and this, and show something that is very specific to Jennifer. Create a generic answer to that question. And then that video could be used for marketing. We can create a video blog about it that could be used in this SEO campaigns, in inbound marketing campaigns. You can put it on a landing page. That video could be used on sales meetings, where you say, oh, you have this question. This is how we answer this question. You can have a repository of a bunch of answers for salespeople to use. And when they're going through their sales process, they can just take 3 and say, oh, you have these questions. These are some answers from our team. And it's the experts answering the questions. And that could also become part of your knowledge base. So it's customer service base. If you use HubSpot Service Hub, the knowledge base, you start building that with video, and you start creating those articles. Then you connect the Service Hub with your bot on your website using the HubSpot conversational marketing and the bot. And the bot can actually answer automatically with the questions and answers from the knowledge base. So there's a lot that you can do to interconnect all these efforts and reuse video for marketing, sales, and service. I see a question here. I have a crazy life. I need a studio setup that can be mobile, even travel via airplane with me. Suggestions on setup. Yes, the one that I don't know if it's super easy for a plane, but definitely the one that Aaron was talking about, and I just reshared, Brian, I reshared the link right there. That is how to build it. You can actually go through the links and build it yourself. And it's very easy we ship that all over the country. We even ship them to Canada. You just unscroll a couple of little pipes, put the camera away, put it in a bag, go anywhere, and then it takes you 10 minutes to put it back together, right, Aaron?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really simple process, and it's really modular too. It's, of course, we have it kind of set in stone, and we put it into a wooden box. So it's a nice base for everything. And so it's not necessarily created for travel, but you could always kind of MacGyver that thing, of course. You could remove the box, find a different platform, or just remove the platform itself and just get heavy bases, right? Weight it down. And that way you can kind of take it on the road and run with a video studio that's completely mobile. So definitely modular. And
that
just
could be a little iron base, a little piece of metal base. So it's just heavy. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So, all right. So we'll hop to the next slide here. Of course, in the bootcamp, we go into detail. We kind of touch on different video concepts that we've created here at Nextiny, how we do them, why we've done them, what's the benefits. So definitely go register for the bootcamp, and you'll learn a lot more about those video concepts, and we'll go into more detail on all that. All right, so hopping into the next spot here, let's talk about the recording process, video production, right? So doing this in very chronologically, right? We come up with the concepts. Now we need to record the concept. And so what should you think about when recording, right? Well, you should probably think about the content that you're trying to speak to, but there's also a few things you should keep in mind when recording. So first thing is, don't forget all that pre-production work. Of course, a lot of people put a lot of work into, okay, I need to create an outline for my concept. I need to break it all down. And a lot of people are camera shy. So they think, okay, I have all the ideas. Here it is. Now I'm ready to record. They hit record, and then it's like a deer in a headlight situation. So just remember, you are the expert on the subject you're speaking to. Remember all the pre-production work you did, and don't be afraid, to restart that. So that's the next bullet point there. Don't be afraid to mess up, right? You can always stop and start and just re-record it. So a good platform, something like Soapbox by Wistia, really allows you to just hit record. And if you screw up, you can just stop, continue on, and then later just trim that out. So another thing, focus on the content, not the lens. A lot of people kind of get caught up in the fact that they're kind of staring into this little pinwheel. So they're just kind of looking in there. You just got to make sure that you're speaking to subjects. People are watching your video. So you're not talking to the camera, you're talking to the viewers at the end of the day. Body language is another really important thing, making sure that you're positive, making sure you're just giving that energy off, because of course, if you're really monotone and you're really boring, no one wants to watch that, right? They definitely want to see the energy. It's very infectious. And then double down on your good takes. This is something I've really seen a lot of people make mistakes on. They give their presentation, right? So they start and finish and they go, oh, I did a great job. And then they take it into an editing platform, or they might just say, I did a great job. They stop the recording and then they say, I'll edit that in a couple of days or so. And then in a couple of days, they go to it and realize there was a big hiccup or a big sound crashed in the background or something, right? Double down on your good takes. Even if you feel like you nailed it, do it one more time just to make sure that there's no mess ups or anywhere. And then after you record your video, a few things you should just take in mind. Save your files to a primary location. So something with like Soapbox by Wistia or Descript, what we'll talk about here a little bit later, that'll always save your files directly in the program. But if you're recording with a camera, make sure that you take that memory card out and then save your files to a primary location. Always review your file to confirm it looks good and sounds good. Of course, again, you don't want to sit on a file that might not look or sound good, and even though you think it is. And then last, import it into an editing platform to confirm that compatibility. There's a few cameras out there that just are not compatible with all editing softwares. That's kind of just a small tip, but definitely check that out. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about editing. There's not too much to talk about when you're shooting, but there is a lot to do when it comes to editing. So the first thing you need to do is understand what editing platform you want to utilize. So if you're recording your video in Soapbox, something with Wistia has, then you have the editor built into that platform, right? So you record the video and then you're able to trim the edges up, add a thumbnail, theme it out to your different colors, and that's kind of your limitations. So you say that's pretty simple and I can utilize that for a certain amount of time, but I want to bring the production up one step. What's my next step from those basic editors that's in browser? And that's where we go with Descript. That's going to be a platform that we utilize in the bootcamp. And it kind of looks like a Google Doc from what you see in the image there. And you almost edit it in a text-based format and it edits the video for you. So it's really unique. And it also is a little bit of a low bell curve on learning all of that. Then if you want to take it another step, of course, you can do something like iMovie, Windows Movie Maker, and then the professional level stuff is really going to be Adobe Premiere, Adobe Final Cut Pro. These are going to be multi-track editors, and you're going to be able to bring in all of your video, all your B-roll. You're going to be able to create graphics. You can create animations within all these platforms. So it kind of steps up, right? If you're just getting into video, there's platforms for you to utilize. And if you've been doing video for a long time, you should know that there are platforms that are on that professional level that you can kind of jump to and understand better once you practice on those simpler ones. Now, I also want to talk about Descript a little bit more because we do use that in the bootcamp. So it's very interesting. It transcribes all of your video. So like I was just saying, it's kind of like a Google Doc editor. You can add in graphics, you can add in music. So it's still a professional editor, but it simplifies that process for someone getting into video. They're interested in video, but they're not interested in learning Adobe Premiere. Descript is the perfect tool to understand because anyone who understands how to edit a Google Doc can pick this up very easily.
I'm going to say that after going through a 6-week bootcamp that we led with HubSpot Academy and having 20 people creating videos with Descript every week, it's been an amazing experience. I thought it was going to be a lot more challenging for them to learn it. We picked Descript for that reason, because we thought it was going to be easy to learn and easy enough to create good enough videos. And it was great. It was great to see people 3 weeks in creating awesome videos with great quality. And also, Descript has amazing tools that you can just one click fix the sound. It sounds like you had the best microphone in the world and you were in this beautiful studio, even though you did it in your kitchen. So it was definitely a great experience to see everybody, all kinds of people from all over the world with all kinds of situations creating awesome video with Descript.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hopping over. So just some basic editing tips. And of course, we talk a lot more in detail in the bootcamp on this, but I still want to bring this to the light here. Always using your best take, right? You want to make sure that if you do 3 recordings of a video in the editing platform, you want to make sure that you're using your best take. But the important thing is keep your backups for any reason. If a file goes corrupt, or if, you lose power, right? And your computer shuts off and then you lose, something goes wrong, keep your backups. You can always potentially utilize from that. Then you always want to trim your edges from start to finish. Of course, a lot of people will hit record, they'll screw up, and then they'll stop, restart, but they might not trim that edge off. So the video is kind of weird because they click play and see 10 minutes or 10 seconds and then the second take. So always trim your edges. Remove any unwanted pauses. This is really great for Descript because you can actually remove all the uhs and ums from anything, right? So if you import a video where someone's kind of pausing a lot, one click just removes all of that. So Descript's really good for that. Add lower thirds and any graphics that are relevant, right? To just kind of bring more branding to your video. And then you can also add music. So that's, of course, to enhance, not distract your video. So a lot of people, you want to bring the volume down on music as you kind of bring that in as well. Hopping over, let's talk a little bit about branding. So of course, with videos and especially video series that we create here at Nextiny, branding is very important to us because of course, people recognize you from your branding. So always making sure that you keep everything succinct and adding an intro and outro, you can do that. Adding a logo, so you're keeping your colors cohesive, your bug, your watermark, everything staying the same on your branding. You can see from the screenshots there, we have a lower third on Gabriel. That's Martech Masters. It's one of our video series where we interviewed subjects throughout the Martech industry. And so we create all of those theme thumbnails. You can see all the thumbnails look relatively the same. So branding is very important. It's just really to bring the cohesion to everything. And then when editing, just want to touch on color correcting and color grading because there is kind of improving video. Of course, a lot of cameras record with good saturation, good contrast. But if you ever record a video clip and it's overexposed or underexposed, you always have the option to color correct and color grade. And Descript offers those as well. So I just wanted to mention that. All right, let's hop over to video hosting. Gabriel, you want to talk a little bit about the differences here?
Definitely. And we talked a little bit about Wistia here, but one of the many questions we get is like, okay, if I'm doing video for lead generation or customer acquisition or marketing and sales, what do I use? I would say use something like Wistia or Vidyard because it integrates into HubSpot very well. HubSpot is also getting a more robust video hosting platform now. So you can use HubSpot videos and that'll start growing over time. But definitely, if you want to do it right, get a lot of analytics on your videos and be able to optimize those efforts and connect it with your HubSpot inbound marketing, inbound sales, customer service efforts. Definitely, I would recommend using Wistia or Vidyard. Then you have the public side of things, the channels. I know Vimeo is great for like live events and a lot of great things. And they kind of offer something in between with branding, and it is better for artists and things like that. But if you're gonna post something on Vimeo or YouTube, I would say put it on YouTube because you're getting the most out of the YouTube channel, which is, YouTube is a search engine on its own. It's the second search engine in the world, so people are searching for things that will help you get value directly from using YouTube. So definitely recommend using Wistia Video connected with HubSpot and also uploading your YouTube your videos on YouTube to get the most out of searches on the YouTube channel. So now Wistia has an amazing feature called Wistia Channels that allows you to create a whole Netflix experience with your videos. You can create video galleries. You can use it for video series, for podcast series. We definitely recommend checking this advanced feature that you get on the pro account already. So definitely check this out, because you can create a whole page like that. That is literally what you see on the screen. It's the menu of the website and a whole Wistia channel embedded. There's nothing else from the website is not bringing anything else. It's just the menu and the Wistia channel. So the Wistia channel creates the whole experience, the background, the title, the buttons, all of that is created by the Wistia channel. Definitely recommend going through that. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about measuring success with analytics. I won't bore you too much. Of course, in the bootcamp, we'll talk. There's a whole presentation, a whole week is about this. But first of all, think about what you're tracking. Why are you tracking? Are you doing lead generation, customer acquisition, marketing, and sales? Or are you doing more brand affinity? Are you trying to grow your brand, get more people to spend more time on your brand? So if you're doing more brand affinity, this is a brand affinity flywheel we put together that shows how the consistency of video, creating video on a consistent basis, and doing production and promotion and analytics and getting things better on a daily basis creates that emotional connection and that human connection that builds brand affinity. People will spend time with your brand. They will subscribe. They will come back. They will watch your series. They will listen to your podcast. That is a different thing to measure than leads and hours, time on site and SEO and things like that. So definitely check the difference between and understand your goals to see what is that you're trying to measure. So when we talk about analytics, we use HubSpot. We're HubSpot partner, Wistia partners, and DataBox partners. So you'll see how throughout these case studies that we showcase here, we are tracking with Wistia. We're connecting the dots with HubSpot, and then we're showcasing reports on DataBox. If we keep going on the next slide, this is Wistia showing. This is a good example on how the quality production of video is not that important. We have a case study on our website that showcases how we changed a video that was professionally designed and professionally produced with actors and all kinds of things. And we changed it with a video that we created with an iPhone. And it was very, very simple, but it was very specific to the goal that we were trying to achieve. And the conversion rate increased 25 times, not 25%. 25 times. So this is amazing, and we can only do this by tracking how videos are being watched. As you can see, also we double the average engagement, we double the play rate. There's a lot of great things that happen from changing this video. So it's not just more conversions, which is great, but people watched it more, watch the whole thing, they click on the call to action, et cetera, et cetera. And you can only do that if you're using HubSpot, Wistia, and all these things and connecting the dots between them. So the more you get deeper into Wistia and HubSpot and connecting the dots, you can get even more stories where, in this case, this is one client from one of our clients that watched 45 minutes of video, 14 videos on 6 different website pages, on 6 different website visits, and then rewatched even more. Their video engagement was 99.9%. And this is a $3 million transaction. So this is a client that we helped close for one of our clients that used video a lot on their journey. So this allows us to understand how people are watching video, how people are using video as part of their journey, and then learn how to do more of that for our clients. We talked about this already. This is a DataBox report bringing data from Wistia and HubSpot. This is one of the many reporting tools that we use. And that case study that I talked about, that it tripled the closing rate on video when video was part of their journey. So any questions so far? I know we're getting to the end of this. We wanted to share a little bit of the peer feedback that we got from this beautiful bootcamp, which is around the 6 weeks. And of course, we definitely recommend, I'm going to post that link again. These are great testimonials we got from the bootcamp. I know a lot of the quality has grown throughout the bootcamp. I think we have a before and after. This is like week 1, week 4, the difference of someone actually creating video from the bootcamp. And we want to make sure that you have the opportunity, if you have the time, if you're going to dedicate the time every week, 2, 3, 4 hours to actually create video, to go through the content, to show up, we definitely recommend taking it, because you'll see a big difference. Not only you can see how, in this case, one of our bootcamp attendees changed completely the way that the video looked like, but people got more eased on video. They got better on video. They lost the fear of video. So that is also a huge part of what this bootcamp is all about. Anything else you want to add, Aaron?
I mean, no, I think you hit it pretty well with the boot camp, but another thing that you're going to get is peer feedback in the boot camp, right? So if you're really interested in starting to create video, but you're having trouble with video concepts, or you're having trouble with actually the whole recording process and editing process, the boot camp is a great opportunity for you to join and understand all of these processes very in detail, right? So we go into detail each week. We focus on absolutely one aspect. So, week 2, we'll focus on just pre-production work, just concepts. So coming up with your video ideas and flushing them out into a brief and into an outline. Then the following week, we're talking all about recording, how to make sure that you're recording at the optimal quality and making sure that you're saving your files correctly. And then, of course, the following week, editing. So it's very detailed and very granular on each step. But another thing, again, we have several attendees come to these classes and do all of these videos, and we give each other feedback. So we go into breakout rooms and we watch each other's videos and we say, how did you do that? Show me how you did that. We'll share each other's screen and walk through the process of adding in graphics and adding in music. So it's very hands-on. It's very much, if you want to learn in a hands-on way, it is a great way to learn video and get started. So
awesome. Any other questions, guys? All right, everybody. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for going through this and your questions. Of course, we're going to send you the recording so you can watch this again, whoever had to hop out. And again, let us know if you have any questions. Connect in the HubSpot community. And if you have time, if you can connect, hope to see you in the bootcamp in April.
Absolutely. See you guys. Thanks.
Easy, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.